Okay, sometime in 2017, my goopy brain was scrolling through the landscapes of YouTube until I came across a little video talking about a product called Google Cardboard. It was a dinky device that was made up of high quality plastic for the lenses and, well, cardboard for the exterior. What you would do with the contraption is slide your phone with a virtual reality app loaded and hold the device up to your eyes. It was a super budget headset priced around $5 to $10 on websites. When I saw this, I was like, you see, this Tim and Eric clip represents my mind being blown. So afterwards, I showed my parents the video and asked them to get it for me for Christmas. They were like, we'll see. And come Christmas, my brother gets a PS4 and I get a PSVR. So an impressive upgrade from what I initially asked. Now, if you're wondering what the VR stands for in PSVR, it stands for virtual reality. Yeah, let's move on with the video. Birthed in 2016 by HTC and Oculus, which was really birthed in 2012 by Palmer Luckey, who originally founded and owned Oculus, but was really birthed in the 90s with the Virtual Boy by Nintendo, but was really birthed by Ivan Sutherland in the mid to late 60s, but was really birthed with stereoscopic... You know what? This is far back enough. We'll focus on 2012 up. Palmer Luckey is a dude. You see, Palmer just so happened to have a knack for electronics, and especially had a knack for virtual reality. When Palmer was interested in VR, all the headsets at the time were big old prototypes and big old flops. Either they were super uncomfortable, had horrible resolution, disgusting field of view, or just downright garbage. This is why he decided at the age of 17, you know what? Screw these pieces of junk, but not really though, I need him to experiment. So Palmer made several prototypes of his own VR headset and experimented with different things like a wider field of view, 3D
Stereoscopy.
And he even experimented with wireless, which was crazy at the time considering it was 2010. Eventually, through all the testing, he settled on a VR headset and started a Kickstarter for the Oculus Rift. This Kickstarter actually managed to get the attention of John Carmack, and this guy, he's you see, he's the one behind Doom and Quake, so yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Carmack wanted Palmer to send Pix Baby Girl, but what I really mean is he wanted a prototype of the headset. So Palmer sent it for free, and he used it to demonstrate Doom 3 at E3 2012, which garnered a lot of attention towards Palmer. With this attention, he dropped out of university to focus on VR full time, because what entrepreneur needs post-secondary, am I right, fellas? Thank you, I'm here all night. Oculus has the dev kits of the headset shipped out and all that, but hold on, who's that knocking at the door? Knock knock, hello? Oh, it's Facebook, and they bought the company for $2 billion? Skipping a lot of info here, and we arrive at 2016. Oculus drops a banger, but HTC drops an even bigger banger at the same time with full room tracking and actual controllers that ship the dang headset. Oculus shipped their CV1 Rift in March of 2016 without actual VR controllers, so you just had to play normal old games with mouse and keyboard or a controller while looking around at a virtual space. HTC's Vive headset drops a month later in April, and it's over here, out of the ballpark. Now, Oculus had their touch controllers released in November of the same year, which provided the full VR experience, but it was still slightly worse than HTC because Oculus required more sensors to track full room than HTC's 2 lighthouses. Anyways, that's enough talk about companies and people. Let's talk about what virtual reality actually is. So the point of virtual reality is you plop yourself in a somewhat clear space, also known as a play space. Depending on what type of headset you have, you can either just throw it onto your head and start slashing cubes that fly towards you. Goodness gracious. Or you gotta install Steam. Set up your account if you haven't already. Install Steam VR. Plug in your headset and all the peripherals that come with the dang thing. Take your sweet time setting it all up, and finally, you can play a free game or something because you're already broke from buying the headset. Bruh. One game that I have a lot of fun playing, well, had a lot of fun playing, is a little game called Rec Room. This is a free game, by the way. Now, Rec Room is a special little game for plenty of reasons. I know there's a very similar game called VR Chat, but we're not going to get into that. First of all, it's not exactly a game. It's more of an experience, and here's why. In a game, you would go around doing gamer things like platforming, shooting, puzzle solving, with the option to talk to people and play with them. With Rec Room, the focus is primarily on conversing with people and making connections. I've had some amazing memories on Rec Room, and friends I don't think I'll forget. In fact, my first friend I've ever made on Rec Room, his name was Carefree Panther. Him and I did something in the main center called the Rec Center. So there's this glitch that you were able to do in the earlier versions of the game, where if you turned in the game, not in real life, while leaning towards a certain direction, you can actually move very slowly in that axis without disturbing any physics. So there was a door that would take you to this upstairs overpass, and the place was guarded by rails. If you did that rotation glitch, you can rotate out of the overpass and float overhead above the rest of the rec center. Me and Carefree would always take some water bottles whenever we were in the rec center and float above the rest of the players and sell holy water by the one and only J-Man upstairs. Hallelujah. Another game that is really freaking gamer is a game called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. It's a game that has hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. Did I mention the butt ton of guns? You see, with these guns, you go and shoot life-sized weenie soldiers. Yep, I'm not kidding. They're life-sized wieners. That is if you can figure out how to shoot the darn thing. This game is probably one of the best games up there for replay value. And I really enjoy playing it that I stream one of the game modes, twitch.tv/muchappreciated, quite frequently. It is a game mode of skill, determination, and downright luck. I pooped my pants when I dropped in. And that game mode is one that is called Take and Hold. This game mode is really good. Aside from the fact that this game isn't multiplayer, this game mode is pretty much perfection. The bots in this game are fairly accurate, so you have to play with caution. They can hear you when you bump your gun into a wall or simply reload. And the best part? If you see a patrol squad, instead of just mowing them down with your gun, which is a sensible option, you could throw one of your mags out, they'll come to investigate because they heard something hit the ground, and then you can mow them down. Technology is pretty cool. Now the next game is something that... What? Why are you staring at me like that? Oh. Well, I guess we could talk about that. VR Chat is a game that I wanted to touch on at the very end here because it holds a special place in the VR community. New games can come out swinging. Half-Life Alyx, Boneworks, Blade and Sorcery, yeah, none is as replayable as VR Chat. Now I hear you saying with your nasty mouth, "This game's literally Rec Room." Well, yes, the concepts are basically the same on paper. In practice, they're quite different. VR Chat is a social experience released in 2017 to the masses on Steam, an online digital game service. In the game, you can personalize yourself with a wide array of avatars that the community, and even yourself, can make. You can make yourself a good old robot, maybe a dapper butler, an anime character, which is probably more than half the community, or something ridiculous like a floating 2D image of Germa's face. Sky's the limit. Now take what I say with a big grain of salt, because I haven't spent much time in the landscapes of VR Chat. It's a wonderful game, but sometimes there are types of games that aren't your style, and this one isn't one that I would come back to every day. I think what makes VR Chat so replayable and just enjoyable is the community. There are world makers out there that are really talented and basically build the experience while the players chat with each other about whatever. But it feels authentic. You can run into a guy that is highly motivational, or you could see someone in a virtual club that has the same life problems as you, and you can connect. That is the big idea of VR Chat. Connection. Anyways, I think that's the end of my little video here. Holy man. Okay, so I'm not even gonna tell you, I'm not gonna tell you exactly how long this took me, but this took me way too long. I was busy finding other things to do, basically, but this is it. So I guess thank you for watching. Thank you for having patience, my teacher, because this is a project, and just, but yeah, see you later. Might be a thing here, shows my channel, or maybe like recent videos, or maybe even my favorite videos from my channel. If I can't get that to work, then maybe I'll just look stupid, and I'm not gonna cut this part out, so, hopefully I can get that working. Yeah, bye,